Hey guys, another day, another piece in the story that is Chris Chan. If you guys have seen my other videos, I said follow Gibby. He documents pretty much everything uh, about Chris, like since the beginning. He's got a comprehensive story about Chris, basically from his birth, his school years and stuff. So it's really good. Um, so he's been sent these, which, as you can see, charge description is incest with own child or grandchild. Um, so bond amount, it says zero, so it looks like they're holding him. Normally, there would most likely be a bond set. Oh yeah, 50,000 bond or something like that, but it's set to zero. So they may not even be letting him out on bond. They might just be keeping him. Um, which by all means. Um, so we got this 39 years old, um, Enrico County Sheriff's Office, in custody, county jail. He's been charged with incest. Same thing we just saw. But also we got an update. I said this, and I kind of had a feeling this would be the case, but I was actually more concerned about his pets. Like I said, he got a dog and cats and everything. And I said, well, I'm sure the neighbors, knowing the situation, are going to be the kind neighbors and take care of his animals. Well, we also got an update about that too. Chris's pets, his cats and remaining dog, are safe. They are being looked after, thank God. Um, so his pets are safe. I'm sure you guys were wondering about, obviously, I mean, I don't know if Barb would have been able to do it if she was there, knowing how out of it she is. She's still apparently in the hospital. Um, but it's good to know that people are kind of stepping up and saying, hey, you know, we're going to take care of his pet because we don't know when he's going to be able to come back to his home, if at all, at this point. Like I said, Barb, I don't know if she was feeding the animals at all. Um, so I know that he has an aunt and uncle that lives in the area. So they could have been over there as well. I'm sure they might have a spare key. But yeah, obviously, as a pet owner and a pet lover or animal lover in general, obviously they would have been collateral damage, which just wouldn't have needed to happen. So kudos to those kind neighbors who are taking care of them. Um, oh, that's just from Null. While being cuffed, Chris pointed out he was cooperating, which he was. Told onlookers he was fine. His loves were with him, meaning Magi-Chan, Mewtwo, Sonichu, all his characters. Um, like I said, he thinks he's married to Mewtwo. Um, he's married to Magi-Chan. Said the merge is upon us. Probably gonna use that in court. Laughed and said that felt good when the officer pressed his breast against pressed his breast pressed his breast while searching for a weapon. Said things would turn out okay. Are you sure about that? Um, okay, so that's just we don't know if he's been clarified. We don't know if he's been arrested or detained. Uh, but we know that indeed he has been arrested. That was one of the other big things we didn't know. We didn't know if he was being arrested, what he was being arrested for, or if they were just escorting him because he was said they said he was in protective custody and stuff like that. So we didn't know, but now we have confirmation that he was indeed arrested. That he is being charged with incest. Um, like I said, as far as we know, Barb's still in the hospital. Since Chris was the one taking care of her, it's very unlikely that she was able to do anything on her own. So I'm more worried about where Barb's going to end up. If they might put her in a facility, but then who's going to pay for it? So I don't know. That's one of the things I'm more curious about update wise, because like I said, she's 80 years old. She has dementia. She's not able to take care of herself. Chris was the one taking care of her, but then he got to a point where he didn't want to really anymore because he couldn't handle it. So he called his half brother, step brother, and asked him to come help. Uh, but I don't know what's gonna happen to Barb. Uh, I mean, hopefully, I mean, she seems to just kind of lay in bed all day. So maybe at the very most, one of the neighbors could come in a couple times a day, or a few neighbors. If that neighbor's gone, maybe the neighbors can come into the house and make sure Barb is okay. Make sure she's had, have her get, help her with food. Make sure gone to the bathroom, or I mean, they might hire. I mean, like I said, he has an aunt and uncle, so who lives nearby. So maybe, like I said, maybe they can help. And if they can't have them in their home because maybe they have no room, maybe they can have, like I said, they can pay for maybe a homemade to go over there for a couple of hours a day, which it's not as expensive as it seems. Uh, so like I said, I'm more concerned with what's going to happen with Barb. It's good to know the pets are okay, obviously, but what's going to happen to Barb? Um, so that's one thing I'll definitely be looking out for. If you haven't subscribed to Gibby on YouTube, go ahead and do so. Follow him on uh, Twitter because he's actually in contact with the people who leaked the stuff, the phone call with Chris. So he has more of a hand in better information. um, so uh, yeah, if you're curious about him, and I haven't put out anything yet, you can easily just go over here and say, "Oh, hey, John, Gibby posted this, and I'd like to hear your thoughts," and blah blah blah. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give that little quick update. So his pets are fine. So for you animal lovers or just people who are wondering, his pets are fine. His neighbors are taking care of his pets. Barbara is still in the hospital, and her status is unknown at this point. We know she might, we know she's safe, but since Chris is in custody now, she obviously can't go home. So they might just keep her at the hospital. Um, so I think that's probably the most likely scenario here, since she does have dementia. They might just keep her in the hospital for a while and try to treat her. Um, I mean, there's most likely not much you can do. She's probably, like she said, like I said, she has late stage dementia, and unfortunately, at that point, there's really not much you can do. Um, and I'm sure, like I said, I when I worked next door with my landlady's cousin, you know, it's so crazy how dementia works. You know, if you asked her what she had had for breakfast, like a few minutes after she'd eaten it, she couldn't tell you. But if you asked her, was it good? Oh, she's like, oh, it was great. It was very good. It's like, what did you have to eat? She's like, uh, and she couldn't remember, but yet apparently it was good. But if you ask her something about her childhood, or she was a teacher over in Charlotte, like a college teacher, she could go on fluent, lucid. It was amazing hearing her talk when she's talking about her life and stuff like that. But then when you ask her what she just ate or something like that, it's like trying to talk to a child who's still learning to speak. Just the night and day of it. It's crazy how dementia works. But yeah. Anyways, sorry, rambling on there for a second. Uh, but yeah, update. So pets are fine. Barbara's still in the hospital, from what we know, and Chris is in custody, been arrested for incest. Since he won't be able to afford his own lawyer, since he blew all his fucking money on food, apparently, he only had a certain amount of money for that hotel room, and he spent $160 something at a mall, and it wasn't on food. It was on what Chris normally does, toys and shit he doesn't need. Knowing full well that he needed to stay in a hotel, he goes out and buys it on, wastes on shit. So, Chris, 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 bruh. Anyways, that's it for me. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.